Good morning everybody. We've got Amy in the car now, as you've probably seen from previous videos. Amy done a motorway lesson about, 6 weeks ago, wasn't it? 6 weeks ago. And Amy's kindly agreed to give me a bit of her time just to do a little follow-up video to try and do a bit more footage and just basically see how she's progressed over the last 4 to 6 weeks. So we'll catch up soon. I'm going to shut this video off now and we'll catch up when we get onto the motorway. Speak to you soon. Right, so what we're going to do, we're just going to do some filming now. We're going to go on to the M25, following the signs for, let's hold back just a little bit, hold back just a little. That's it, just hold back a little. So look at the sign, we're going towards Stansted. The gears are quite spaced out on this car, so we are going right. So where do you want to be? What did you miss out there?
I think
and your door.
Oh.
Yeah?
That's so bad. I've been driving
so
for like 10 months.
No, but it's good for the video so people can see what you need to do. So we're going to hold it back now.
Hasn't it gone fast? The 10 months.
It's flown, absolutely flown round. And I was sat in Linda yesterday, it was a year yesterday that the pen died.
I know, it's
Where has that gone?
It's so crazy.
So it's good to see, but are the lights going to change? So the Mercedes right up behind them. So the position of all good. Keep an eye on this grey one. He's going to do a craft. He's coming all the way around, look. So now, where do you want to be? Lovely, look left again. I mean, that dormer is so important.
I was going to say, I think it's been low. I mean, I can still see.
Yeah.
It's a really nice drive, you know.
It's alright, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely.
So if you look at the sign, like we said before, do you remember that this lane will join the M25, whereby that white lane will merge into lane 1.
Yeah.
So this will be a new lane on the motorway. So we want to look at a bit more space today, so the vehicle in front, just hold back a little. So what do you think, could you stop in that distance at the moment, what do you reckon? Easy peasy, yeah?
Yeah. I cannot stand when you're like on the motorway or something. And you know, like when there's traffic, so they lower the speed limit.
Yeah.
No one else follows it.
But
I do.
You've got to, because otherwise you'll be getting a ticket for
I was going to say, the cameras, it's like average speed checks, so you have to, but no one else follows it. So I feel like I'm going at a snail pace, and everyone else just...
Don't follow others. You're a leader, not a follower. That's what you've got to think about. You do what you think is right, what you know is right.
Oh.
So now he's dropped into lane 1. Can we move into lane 2? Little shoulder check. Good. That's that little blind spot. Good. So we're going to follow the sign.
Oh my God.
No, you're fine. So he's realised now. But now, when it's safe, we can move into the next lane. So keep an eye on that Mini. He's moved. So he's read that. Let him know what you're doing now. And then, how are we looking now? Now we can drop it over. Good. But now just ease gas a little to create that space. Yeah?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
How was your holiday?
Too short. It was just
How long was you away? Like 2 weeks?
Yeah, just over 2 weeks. I did it 3 weeks off.
I can't believe Tom like flew back on his own.
Yeah.
I would have been too scared.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm just gonna do a bit more filming. So do you think you will take your car to Canterbury at some point, or?
If I can get the permit, I will. Just because then that way as well, if I panic and need to get home.
Yeah. Are you staying at Student Halls?
Yeah. It's actually really nice though where I'm staying. Like, compared to
bathroom. He was alright sharing the kitchen, but bathroom, no.
Yeah.
So, because he was late changing over to Greenwich, there wasn't much less. So what we found was just flipping us out as well.
Really?
Yeah. But
Has he got a bathroom?
he's got a studio apartment. Honestly.
What?
You wait till you see it. I'll show you, Mum.
Lucky.
OMG. He has got.
You have to show me.
Get that, me saying OMG. God.
OMG.
How trendy am I now? Just like this. So
I can't believe that.
he's got the gym, cinema room.
What in
the actual block where he's.
That must be so expensive. I don't even want to know.
Like I said to your dad.
I don't even want to know how much that costs. And it's in London.
I know. It is. Are you ready for this?
Oh no. I don't think so.
You're sitting down. How much do you reckon?
Well, mine costs about nearly £9 for the year, and I've got one room with an ensuite. So if you're paying out for that, I don't know. I couldn't even guess.
Just over £20,000.
You're joking.
No,
20 for the year.
for the year. I know.
Ooh.
We said we can't do it for 3 years.
Ooh.
We said, you just make sure you come
That took
out.
my breath away a bit.
You took ours away, I'll tell you.
Do you know what though?
But
you can know that he's going to settle, and he'll be happy. It might,
Yeah.
obviously he'll be like a bit nervous, but like.
But do you know what? A lot of it, since he's been
Quite
born, we've been putting money away from him.
Yeah.
So it's softened the blow. I'd rather he'd kept that money, but it's a life experience.
When you think, it's not even that. It's just when you think about.
So look now, where he's dropped in, where you drop it back. So now you're keeping with that space.
Yeah.
We've been followed by your cousin. Look.
Yeah. I just noticed. But yeah, I think it's more like when you think about the quality of the unit.
Yeah. So we could now. Well done. Good. Well done. Perfect.
Has he got a double bed?
It's like, they call it a 3/4 size. So it's like it's bigger than a single, but
That's what I have. It's so weird.
honestly, the bath, you would not believe the bathroom.
Oh my god, you're gonna have to show me pictures. I'm actually a little bit jealous.
But I said, year 2, you've got to find a flat with some people. We can't.
To be fair, he'd probably prefer that.
Yeah.
Like once he's like met his people.
Yeah. I was saying to your dad, look, we was trying to talk him into commuting. Because
Yeah.
it's only like an hour and a half away. And we said, look, if he's got a late lecture, and then he's got an early lecture the next day, or he goes out with friends, and he's got to come home on his own,
Yeah.
you're out of the mix.
Do you know what? He has a uni life that way as well.
Yeah, we wanted to have a whole. It's an opportunity that. I don't know if your mum and dad went to uni, but
No.
me and Linda we never had the opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
So now, could we use lane 1? Because it's clear. Good. Then just keep back where you are now with that Range Rover. Is good. See, now he can see you in his mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're keeping yourself in sight. Yeah, it's a life experience. You've got to learn to cook, you've got to learn to clean.
Use the washing machine.
Yeah, you've got to learn to
I'm
hang
gonna be so lost.
You've got to learn to hang a towel up.
Does he not hang his towel
No,
up?
he's got to learn how to put his pants in the washing basket. You know, it's all thing. It's just it's the whole thing.
I feel like he's gonna love it.
Yeah.
I feel like.
And he's in a happy place. He's in a good place. So be mindful of this lorry
Yeah.
and what's happening here. So we don't want to get ourselves boxed in.
Yeah.
So what could we do?
Go over.
So stay as you are now and let them know what you intend. So basically you're asking them for a bit of space.
Yeah.
What's the van going to do? Right, he could have moved over easily,
Yeah.
but now, could we drop it over? great, what is it? It's a Citroen. I thought, oh my God, what a pile of crap that's going to be. And it has really surprised me.
It's really nice.
It's really changed my way of thinking about what sort of car I'm going to get.
What do you reckon, if you don't get the car back, is it gone for repairs?
No, it's still outside the house. It should be collected Monday or Tuesday.
Say you don't get it back, what do you reckon you'd get?
It's going to be something bigger. I'm fancying either a Puma or it's called a Focus Active, which is like a bigger Focus.
Yeah.
So can we move over?
Yeah.
That's the size of a Focus, it sits higher up. Really nice car, so I fancy something like that.
Yeah.
And everyone who's been in this car this week said they prefer it.
It's really nice, smooth.
So I'm just going to hold back a little here. So if you look at the sign now, we're going M11 towards Cambridge, Harlow and Stansted. So this is the correct lane. This lane, like we said before, is M11 London, which is why you've got the dotted line now separating the two roads. If you want to stop at any time for a drink, you can pull into services and and grab a coffee or whatever. So you need to drop it in now.
Oh, in there?
Yep. Look at the sign.
You said
M11.
I would have just kept going.
Otherwise we're going to M1, which still would have been alright. We can go over, what can't we?
I got all blimmin' lost on my way back from Canterbury. I don't know how I'd do that drive on my own. I'd get lost.
You start believing. I think you sort of believe in yourself more, don't you? You've got that confidence now.
Yeah. I didn't actually have it, I don't think, until the motorway lesson.
Do you think it's changed you as a person?
Driving?
Yeah. Does it give you confidence in other areas?
I do think so. I think it sounds so stupid, but it's given me confidence to do things on my own.
Yeah.
I always relied on my mum.
That's it. So after you brake now, that'll go around really nice. So just the lightest gas, that's enough to keep the momentum going, and it just pulls around really, really well.
I'm going to sound like such an old woman, but the potholes really annoy me.
Do you know what?
They wind me up.
Yeah, we didn't see one pothole in Spain.
Did you not?
No, the roads are lovely.
Why do we have so many? It's ridiculous.
It is. The amount of money we pay.
The reason it annoys me is because places like this.
How does your car feel?
That's not great.
That's better, isn't it? So now, how are we looking? Keep an eye on that silver one. Right, so now he's moved, which is good. He's read that, didn't he?
Yeah.
They're looking out. The vehicle's merging. So we've done the merge. I'm going to stop the video. How long have we done it? We've done about, 13 minutes. I'm going to stop that from now. See the bit? There we go, we're going. That's what I need you in the car.
That's right, you're not recording.
Yeah, we do a 2-hour motorway lesson and do like 2 minutes of video.
Imagine you haven't recorded anything so far.
So look how it's getting built up now, so I'm going to drop back a little bit. Yes, you go back what you're saying, that weekend, I was going to say, like I said before, was probably one of the most enjoyable weekends of teaching.
It was really
just,
good.
and having like Dave in the other car, and the look on your face when you pulled up in the car park, and you went, that looks like Tom. I said, that is Tom.
I was like, that looks like Tom in his car. I'm really confused.
Then, who's that man? I said, he's taking me out on your assessment, and you're off your chin and you hit the floor.
Oh, don't. I'll get all sad.
But what you said about reflecting, I've probably said before, and I said to Cheryl, that
there's a policeman behind me. I'm scared.
what do you want? Do you want to fly over? Why do you go around us?
That really scared me.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to like... I thought he was going to arrest me.
Well, he shouldn't have done that. That's really poor driving on his part.
That scared me.
He shouldn't have done that.
Oh, I thought I was going to get arrested.
No, he should have held back. He had plenty of space to go through on the left. Yeah, so, we was chatting like we are now, and we were saying about reflecting back, and there's a film called Planes, Trains, Milk Mills, and at the end of the film, the two characters separating after a really long journey together, and they're both reflecting on what's happened in the film. And I said, you're going to look back on your lessons and reflect on things. The little funny stories, that the broken phone. Do you remember the broken phone? little things like that.
No, that still makes me laugh. That was so funny. No, because I'll get all sad. Like, I'm such a wuss. I cry over everything. And like, I just feel like so much is changing. And
That's a massive step.
it was so long ago. Like, I feel like that was yesterday. I passed 10 months ago.
I know, that's gone.
It's just gone so fast. I genuinely can't. I think I booked my test maybe mid-October. And the thought that that's like not even far away now.
I know, it's mad. So now, we've got these slow trucks in lane 1. Could we move into lane 2?
Yeah.
Little shoulder. Good. Just a little sideways glance. Let me hold back on this grey one. What I sometimes like doing, if we can, if you're overtaking the truck, I'd go into another lane, if we can. So look at the blue Audi. Do your signal now, and I'll explain why in a minute. Do your signal now. Could we then move it over? Yep, he's letting you go. And I'll explain why in a minute. If you look at the truck, it's a foreign truck, the driver's on that side. If he misjudges his mirrors, he's taking you out. We've now got a clear lane where we're safe. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So once we come past, then we can move back into lane 2. And then we've got clear space between. So that is why I got you over, to give you that clearance.
Yeah.
Yeah, good, because had that driver starts to overtake us and the truck starts to move over to pass the slower truck in front of him,
Yeah.
we've got nowhere to go. So we have that safety net.
Yeah.
So what you've got to look at, there was 2 trucks. Here, how many lorries are there? Is there a truck in front of that one? Can we see? So it's unlikely that he's going to move over because he's got nothing to overtake, is he?
Yeah.
And there's not an exit that he needs to change lanes for.
Oh, okay,
So
okay,
do you understand now? Whereas before, where you had a couple of lorries, he may have tried to overtake.
Yeah. When I was driving, it was when I was driving with my aunt and my mum to that cemetery. I think I was coming off and a lorry didn't see me and tried to like come into the lane.
Yep.
And see, I've got a tiny car, so it would have got battered. I've never panicked so much in my life, but I can't even remember what I did now.
But
it was fine.
So think now, I would move over. No, to the right.
Oh, to the right.
Yep. Do it now. Are we clear? Because the lorry is coming over into lane 2
Oh, right,
to clear the space on the slip road. That's what you need to be looking out for.
Yeah.
Yeah? Leave with the caravan. Could that affect anybody else? Because the caravan's going quite slow.
Yeah.
But can we move into lane 2? And look sort of further down now, it's unlikely the caravan's going to move over because there's nothing in front of him to overtake.
Yeah.
So he's only going to Canterbury as well.
Yeah.
So that's nice, at least you got...
We went preschool, primary school, secondary school,
That's brilliant.
sixth form, and now uni together. And we're in the same accommodation then.
Oh, that's the beat.
Like, it honestly, it's just been a massive coincidence. Because we didn't even know we applied to the same uni.
It's amazing.
See,
Has she got a new car?
The black one?
Yeah.
She's had that for ages.
Oh, is she?
How many? Yeah, months.
Right, so now stay as you are, because look what we got. Little car on the left. Is he going to realise there's a lorry in front of him, and at the last second decide he wants to come over? What do you reckon?
Yeah.
So,
You freak me out because you guess it every time.
and it's just reading what you've got, isn't it? You see, people are like, do you remember we said last time, you've got drivers, they're comatose, that they're like that.
Yeah.
But right at the last minute they realise there's a 40-ton truck in front of them, then they want to come over.
That's just reminded me. I had a thing last night come off. Tyre pressure. That's just reminded me.
I thought that was actually a level.
My tyre pressures are always needing to be checked, but they're always fine. It's so annoying. I completely forgot.
Shall we nip into the services in 3 miles? We've got a little bit of time, then we'll have a little drink, we'll have a little 5 minutes. So here, it's good to use lane 1 because it's clear. When you're going to do an exit, you want to be in lane 1 really at least a mile before. It might seem a long time, but that mile will soon evaporate.
I have, to be fair.
Now look at our mate in the fear. Are they going to come back over? Are they going to be thinking, oh, let's get a cup of tea, Fred, let's just drop into the services right at the last minute? So where we are now is safe. We're looking no closer to the truck now, and we can see further ahead, can't we? We might even try and get an overtake actually. Yeah, we get an overtake easy. So start to, once this black one builds up, so stay as you're on air distance. So it's a little squeeze, you're still fine as you are. Now wait for a sec, wait until you can see him here. Then let them know what you're doing. Well done. Good. Just creating that little bit of space again. And that's what it's all about, creating space.
Yeah.
Yeah? Front and side. You can't control what's behind you, but you can control everything else. It's not really worth overtaking now because you've got this van.
Yeah.
You're going to go any closer and hold back to Aston Martin now.
I'm driving to like near Colchester later. I'm really scared. I don't know why. I think it's the big roundabouts.
But trying for a roundabout is a roundabout, isn't it?
Yeah, I literally know I'm going to, I know what I'm doing, I know
Let's
I'm
hold
going to
back
be
to
fine.
Aston a little bit now. It's just, a roundabout's the same. That's a different area.
Yeah.
Reading exactly the same what you've done before. But if you're unsure, give yourself that bit more time. Slow down that little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah?
You know the big ones with like the traffic lights?
Yeah, like dog's trust.
They freak me out.
But in some respects they're probably easier because it controls the flow better. So,
If you actually, it's so stupid, if you actually read what it says on the road, you know where you're going. You know when it says like M11 or
that's
other
the whole
routes.
point, isn't it?
It's like, no, but me being stupid sometimes, I freak out, I don't read the road and I'm just like,
You're not stupid. Dipsy maybe, that's a different word, isn't it?
Blonde.
Yeah. Remember the peroxide days? Now I hold back a little bit. If
I
I
had
can't
too many-
come off because the bloody exit's closed. So we have to carry on for now. So let's get some overtaking done. So we're going to stop the video for a minute. You carry on talking. So we're going to go up towards the M11. Thomas said, do you think what might happen now? When you just cover it by easing off. So we're turning right to the M11.
Okay, right.
Yep. Going towards London.
Oh, I checked that time.
So that's what's good, you're doing things more naturally. So now start to back you off that a little bit earlier. Good. And yep.
Sorry, I weren't sure.
I'm looking now.
I haven't even seen
We're going to M11 London.
It's not the next one, is
It's
it?
one after this, so stay as you are now, and then where do you want to be?
Nice and easy.
You've got everything going for you in life, everything. There's nothing negative you can really say. Plus, if you're early, you could walk into any room, any party, and you'd be hit because of your personality. So look, gas it now. We're going to beat them, aren't we? Thomas had a, I'll tell you this tattoo, first tattoo.
He's had a tattoo?
Yeah.
What's he got?
Well, this is really relevant to him. I think it'd be relevant to you as well. He's had mind over matter.
Oh,
It's
that's nice.
And it's like you said about your anxiety and things like that.
Yeah.
He's very similar. It's the confidence and the belief in yourself. And do you know what I think, like I said earlier,
It's all in your head, isn't it?
going to the gym has really changed him as a person.
That's so good. I think gym massively helps people with anxiety.
Yeah.
Or any mental health, really.
But it's gone into the gym now. Are you going for it?
I was considering
Go
it.
for it. Go where you think you need. Good. See, you're doing things more naturally now.
But yeah.
So when we said before, you're sort of just slightly over, you're actually under because the speedos do overreach. So
Tell
you're
my dad that. See, right?
Right.
Can you send this to me? And I'm showing my dad that. Because when I told him that you said that, he was like, I was like,
I can't.
no.
Right. So basically, a speedo in the car is set to overread. So if we're doing 70 on the speedo in the car, if you had like a satellite speedo in your car,
Yeah.
like if you had like a plug-in, like a TomTom or Garmin sat-nav, because it's satellite based, it's tracking your true speed. So if you used to compare the two, although it might be 70 in the car, on the sat-nav it'll be something like 67. So the speed
My
is
dad didn't
overread.
believe me.
Yeah, honestly, they'll overread, but it's only a little bit. It's not a massive, just a
Yeah,
little
just
bit.
a tiny bit.
Yeah,
But the tiny bit makes a bit of difference.
yeah, just a little bit.
See, Dad, you're watching this. I told you.
Yep, there you go. You've learned something. You've learned something from the DC. Don't mind
I
the
think,
information.
to be fair, I think it's because I was speeding when he said it, so I was like,
But
it sounded like I was lying. It did.
the only thing you've got to be wary of is that with your speed, like we've probably said previously before, that we're bang on now.
Yeah.
But if you lose focus on your speed and follow the vehicle in front, if they start to speed, you tend to go with them. You're just following
Yeah.
the flow, so you can lose track of what you're doing. Then your 72 becomes 74, which
Especially on
becomes
the motorway.
which becomes 76, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Before you do it, you know it, you're doing 80 plus. So where are we looking now? What's joining from the left?
Yeah.
So, are we clear? That's no problem.
Yeah.
Squeeze your gas a little bit more. Are we safe? He's going for it. A bit more gas now. So maintain your speed. Stay in this lane for now. We're all good at the minute, aren't we? The good mirror
Yeah.
work. Yeah? Because it's up to them to merge into us.
Yeah.
If we can move over to help the flow, we will. But we can't be slowing down when you've got vehicles behind. We've got to keep ourselves rolling.
Yeah. Are we still going towards Cambridge?
Have I not told you nothing? See? Look, it's a missed Dan aviism. At the last roundabout, we're going M11 for London.
London.
Yeah.
So we're going back?
Yes.
Right. Blonde moment.
That was definitely blonde.
Speeding moment.
But now look at this van on the right. Give yourself that little bit of space. Good.
This new little like video. So did you get a new phone?
I had this last time. So we done it a few months ago.
What? Like when I had my Oh right, yeah. When I was having my lessons.
No, I don't think I had it then, which is a shame. And that's a disappointment now as well. Now that you've passed, we could have done so many.
I don't even know.
So look at the truck now. What do we do?
Definitely
Yep, good.
okay.
Squeeze your gas down, good.
You know, I actually like. It's nice to like. Sometimes it's nice to just get in the car and catch up, but I don't.
We can do that, can't we? Just we come down, we have a coffee, or we come out and do a drive again. It's nice. Do you know what I said months ago? I don't know if I put it on Facebook or the chat. To any past pupils that want to do a free assessment lesson, I would do it.
I might actually need that, like a proper like assessment.
Right, no, don't move over. Because you've got the lorry in lane 1, we don't want to move over, then the van starts to overtake us.
Yeah.
And then we're stuck. Alright, here's the deal. When you come back down to Essex, whenever, it could be the first time, the second time, whenever, you ring me and we'll come out and you buy the coffees.
Okay, yeah.
How's that for a deal?
Sounds like a good idea. Because I do think
See, now, with
I don't
this,
want people to like judge me. Come back over.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want people to like judge me, like don't make it sound bad, but I have definitely slipped into some bad habits.
maybe there might be a few bad at what I've seen today, been fine. You're actually driving, the confidence has really, really grown, which is lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah? The only thing you need to be watching is you would have been going 100 miles the wrong way. So we're going to London and you say we're going to Cambridge, so look
I
at,
was just following.
look at your
I was just
directions,
following
signs
your
of parking,
directions.
yeah, and give yourself, when you're approaching the slip roads, give yourself that little bit of time
Yeah.
to reduce your speed. Now, where we are now, remember the 3 questions we used to say in your lessons? If you forgot, you're walking home. Pup is my, starts to a P.
Position.
Yes. Is my
Speed.
perfect. And
Position.
speed and... Alright, how does the car feel? Does it feel smooth?
Gear.
Gear.
Oh.
Is my position good? My speed good? Is my gear good? So if we tick them 3
I was
boxes...
really worried. I was
And so just refreshing what we said before, your position is not just related to where you are in the lane, it's related to your distance between you and the vehicle in front and what's alongside you. We always want that bit of space, don't we, around the car.
Yeah.
So you remember them 3 questions, position, speed and gear, they're always going to be doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I was really worried I was going to get those wrong.
You'll be the shame of it. There could be some, there'll be a few people watching these. So now look at the queue in lane 1, look at the flow in lane 2. So, right, squeeze your gas now. There we go.
Yeah.
Alright, good.
I know I've said it about 50 times, you can shut up. This car is really good to drive.
Do you know what, I'm really surprised with how much I like this car.
It's really nice.
Yeah, I do think I'm definitely going to be buying something bigger.
Sometimes in the littler cars you can feel every single bump.
Yeah, do you know
This
what?
one, can't
It's
take it.
smooth.
Yeah.
And I've been using Fiestas for the last 20 odd years. I just fancy something different now.
Yeah. Oh, will you not miss your car a little bit though?
Do you know what? I don't think I will.
Really?
No, because I did like that while one, but I've had so many problems with it.
Yeah.
Right from day one, it's just been a road car. But I like the car because of like the spec, the sunroof, the leather and everything on it.
Yeah, it's a lovely
But
car.
it's just that particular one with just so many problems.
Really?
The blue one, that car,
That's a lovely
I
car.
just love that car. I absolutely love that. If it hadn't been for the accident before, I'd probably still be using that. That was
Yeah.
such. And when it got nicked, we was all devastated. But when Thomas got it back, look at this one. Here's that one. Now going to realise there's a lorry in front of him.
Oh, yeah.
Now what you want to do now is try to get past. Boost your speed up now. Because we can't afford to be losing speed.
Do you know what's nice about this car as well? You put your foot down on the
And
gas.
it's there, isn't it?
And yeah, in my seat it takes me a good like.
Yeah. So where should we now? Good. If on your feet you are losing a little bit of power, what could you do?
Love it, yeah.
Just lower the gear.
I'm gonna miss my car. If I can't have it at uni with me, I'm gonna miss it so much.
So now look ahead now. now, what we've got in lane 1.
Oh, yeah.
So, then we're keeping the flow, aren't we? And you're just trying to extend the observation further down the road. And you're keeping the flow. See, to me, this is not work. It's just nice to have that little catch up. That's extending what we did before. Really enjoyable, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, could we drop it back in?
Yeah.
Because what we've got to work out now is lane 2 is really no benefits.
Yeah.
Because you're on the speed limit anyway, so you can't really, the van is so close, look how close it is. To me, that's like intimidation,
It is.
isn't it? It's just trying to force that driver.
Oh, where was I? I wasn't even I was driving down, you know, I can't remember the name of the road. The one like on the way to Billericay, with all the really expensive houses.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
I was driving down there and someone was so close to, the man in front of me was so close to the car in front of him, they had to pull over. He was that close so that he could speed up. I actually felt awful for him. I just think, what's the point?
And that could really affect you.
That sort of thing, for me personally, really throws me off.
What sort of frightened me on Tuesday, when we had that accident, we was at a crossing. Had there been somebody crossing at the time, it would have been a serious injury because we was pushed literally half a car length over the stop line where they hit us with such force.
Did your airbags?
No, it didn't find. I'm surprised actually.
It looked the damage, didn't it?
It's quite a lot of damage, yeah. A lot of damage. So look at the cars in lane 2 that's braking. So start to ease it back a little bit now.
I feel really bad for the student that was on their way to the test.
Yeah.
Because that, like, yeah.
We've got him one, so.
That's good. It's just like you prepare so much for that and then people just ruin it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So how did you feel when you done your first motorway? Do you think it gives you the confidence to go out?
Oh yeah. I was terrified of, to be honest, I was actually scared of doing most of the things before that, I think. And then I plucked up the courage to go lakeside, which sounds ridiculous.
That's a big step though, isn't it?
But for me that was a big step. And then after that I drove to Loughton. And then I drove to Stansted. So I did it a few times after our lesson.
And the said you did really well.
Yeah, it literally has changed me, like the way I am in the car.
So now look in lane 1. What we seeing in lane 1?
Oh yeah.
So this is where you want to start to do your plan for it. And let's ease back a little bit on this one now. Where people moving from lane 2 to overtake, then slow down. Look at the red car, how slow that one is going in the distance, which then backs everything up to here.
Is this not on the rail?
What's that?
We're on the right way?
Yeah, M11. So squeeze your gas a little bit more now. It's just a 2-lane motorway.
Yeah.
But if
It's like an A road, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean if we do it again,
I'm sorry.
when you come down again, whenever it is, it could be, like I said, whenever. We'll do it again and we'll go maybe Kent Way or we'll go on the M1. We'll do something totally different.
Do you know what? It would be really good to, I need to find out where the hell I drove. Because that was the first time in a while that I panicked.
If you can remember, tell me.
I'll ask Mum. Because that was the first time in ages that I've actually like panicked. I don't know, I think that lorry threw me off a little bit as well.
It will do.
Like, my car, you could flick it and it's blimmin' fly away.
You now try to spin that round. So you've had an incident which has sort of frightened you.
It does teach you.
Maybe triggered a bit of anxiety or anything like that. But flip the coin over to the positive side. So you've gained knowledge out of that. Think about how you could have done things different, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, if Lois said earlier.
Yeah. Like,
like we did earlier, if you've got 3 lanes, try to give yourself a lane space.
Yeah.
We try and do it on the M25 when we go back. Like here, we can't because it's only 2 lanes, but we want to get past that as quick as we can, don't we?
Yeah.
I'll stay as you are for now. Let's hold back a little bit on this one. We don't want to go back in front of this truck.
Do you still have a Cougar?
Yeah, we got
I really like that car.
it's a lovely car.
Nice.
It's one of the cars that's just not worth changing. It's 5 years old, but it's got such little mileage.
Really?
It's such a lovely car, so there's no point in changing.
I really like them cars.
That's what I've got to ask you. Right, so look left now. Are we clear to move over?
Yeah.
Yep, good. Did you ever get a drive off your mum and dad's car?
No.
Didn't you?
I never did.
No, because Thomas kept asking about driving the Cougar, but we couldn't get him insured on it.
To be fair, it's just so much hassle. I would literally just go like, I just want to try it.
Yeah,
but all the hassle is. To be fair, I don't know. I think it'd be in my head. I'd get in the car and be like, I'm in a really nice car. Like I don't want to ruin this, and then I'd panic and do something stupid.
You've got the knowledge now. You've really come on well. I'm hoping that there's a couple of people that will see these videos, and they've both said how much confidence you give them in, and they're going to see it, so they can see what we're talking about. I'm not going to say their name because they know who they are.
They're probably thinking, shut up.
Now look now, the problem we've got now, we've got this Land Rover here, so we can't be squeezing up. Then we said now, look at this one. I'll squeeze your gas a bit more now. So you can't move over, so squeeze your gas to get past it quick. Good. Lovely. Had that one have not been there, we could have moved over into lane 3, so we had that little bit of clearance on the left.
Yeah.
How did we go on this one? About 50. So I'll stop it for a couple of minutes.
My dad supports Liverpool. And she went, like, this, how bizarre is this? She lives in New York. She goes, yeah, look at my shoes. Her shoes had Liverpool on them. She supported Liverpool.
Wow,
I was like, that is the most random thing I've ever heard in my life.
Why is your dad supporting Liverpool? What's that about?
My dad's
I think we need words.
He loves Liverpool. I think no one from his family from there, but he grew up, like his dad. So my dad was really good at football when he was younger, and his dad used to watch it. And his dad didn't support anyone, but he used to put Liverpool on and be like, look how good these people are. Sorry, go on.
Right, now, all it is now, so looking well ahead now, what we see in lane 1.
Lovely.
So, good. So you're doing it so far ahead now. In fact, I would go lane 3. Yep. Well done. Perfect. Because the truck in lane 2 is going to take a long time to get past the truck in lane 1.
Yeah.
So that will then cause a tailback. Where we are now is good, but what we're looking out for, what could happen? Yeah. So I'm looking at the BMW first. He's speeding up, he's speeding, he's going. See that?
You freaked me out.
Did you see that?
You freaked me out.
It's just that little slight increase in speed.
You had that on top, like on point.
You just know he's going to go. Now look at the Skoda. Is he creeping up on the one in front? That's what I'm looking at. Is he getting closer to the one in front? I'm thinking he might stay because he's dropped back a little bit now.
I like that.
That's very nice.
Oh, I can't get away with anything.
Go on. Little squeeze of gas now. We can get this one. He's sitting there, isn't he? I can see you in that.
Can you?
Yeah, when you finish the uni, you've got a really well-paid job uptown.
Hopefully a lawyer.
In fact, I can see you. I'm going to go Audi TT.
I'm so happy to that because I love those cars. They're beautiful.
I could see you in it. But Tom likes them.
They're so... I feel like, how couldn't you? They're lovely.
But I could see you in that. So now I'll be gaining on that van.
Yeah.
So we're good, aren't we? We don't want to be dropping over and getting boxed in again.
I didn't ever pay attention. I just still don't. Like, I don't really pay attention to cars. But like, when you start driving, you notice some on the road and you're like, oh, that's nice, that's nice.
But your first car...
I've always said Audi TT. I love my car.
You'll never forget your first car.
I'm never getting rid of her. I can't. I love her. She did. I love her so much. I've actually, like, I've given her a name, you know. I refer to her as a she.
Is it Minnie?
Minnie, yeah. She's my little, she gets me everywhere.
How many miles have you done now?
God, I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea.
I just wonder how many miles you've done since you passed.
Probably quite a lot.
little bit now. But see, looking ahead now, as the traffic's starting to build.
Yeah.
So looking as far ahead as you can, look at the lane changes now. Because you see people, in their mind, if they keep chopping and changing lanes, they think they're getting there quicker. So like that one has just gone over, now it's gone back in again. So you're going to go down the inside of the van, and I bet then it will come back over again. They just chop and change unless you leave it. So we're going to stay on the M25, but we'll be going A127. So now, could we use next lane? After the BMW, yes. So, well, ease your gas a little to move over. That's that you create space. Perfect. But don't go back into gas yet. Just let them get ahead, create the space again, and as the BMW starts to pull forwards, we can go with them, can't we? But the little car in front of him is gibbering a little bit.
Why are they in the third lane?
Well, people, what they do, they move over to overtake, you don't execute it. It's just foot down and go, isn't it?
To be fair, sometimes I think I could overtake, and then my Fiat won't.
Yeah, you need that little
There's
bit
no
of
power, and then I'm like, oh no,
So
and then I panic.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if it's a little bit laggy, then
Slow down.
that's it. So we're looking across now, can we move back? Good, well done.
Excuse me.
So here, although it's clear in lane 1 at the moment, I wouldn't move over. Why do you think that is?
Good.
Perfect. Yeah? And that's what we're looking at. There's so few people do what you've done.
What?
Like with coming out. Doing a bit more.
Really?
Yeah.
I just think it does increase your confidence. Like, a lot of people, when I said I'm having a motorway lesson, they're like, why?
Yeah.
Go on the motorway. And I'm like, but it gives you that extra confidence.
I think so.
I know that I can do it now. I never would have even bothered before. Now I could probably drive anywhere and
So have a look
fine.
at that. Could we drop back? We are coming off the yep. We are coming off the next exit anyway, going towards the A127.
Okay.
Now you're good as you are. So now, see what he's going to do, but let him know what you intend. So he's off now, look. So she couldn't just hold back and let you come over. And that is where your mirror work was bang on. Wasn't it? Good. You read that really well.
You know this new, what's it called? Low emissions.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What car you got to get a permit for that?
You have to pay. Your car should be fine.
Thank God, because
Yeah,
I went in it yesterday to drop my mates home, and then I was like panicking. But because I thought my car was fine, because I thought it was the older cars that had to pay.
Like Tom's car, well that's a 15 plate.
Even that?
He has to pay the unit, but luckily he don't really go down there.
Yeah.
And he won't be taking
all
his
of my
car to
mates live
Greenwich.
that way.
Yeah, no.
Not all of them.
So remind me when we get back, I can check it for you. But I'm pretty sure
I think mine
your car's
okay.
alright. I'll be.
But I
checking
panic.
to keep it left going to start with. I would say I'm 99.9% sure your car is fine.
I'm sure my mum and dad said it was fine, but I had my friend in the car, and because it came up on my sat nav, she was like, "Hey mate," and I was like, "It's fine." I'm pretty sure. I was like, to be fair, where else can I go? I've started driving now. I was on a road. I literally couldn't go anywhere.
I think Thomas has only been down there once because popped out Romford once. I'm not sure what, I can't remember now. But
a lot of the people, like, especially people's parties that we're going to in the summer, they all live around there.
right, just gonna finish this. They're off the motorway now, so let's might finish this for the time being. And then we'll do another little minute. So we're now back with Amy. So how was that today?
It was really good, actually. I think it was I felt more confident than the first time. So,
It reflected in your planning, looking further ahead and working things out for yourself, which was really nice, and chatting. And
I don't think I shut up that whole journey.
But although we had quite a lot of chats, you were still focused on what you was doing, and a lot of time was the STF used, didn't we? When you was doing it, just you was concentrating and getting it all together. It was a lovely drive, wasn't it? Really nice drive.
Yeah, it was really nice, yeah.
No, we said it a little bit earlier. I don't think it's on camera or not, but we'll do it again when you come back from uni.
Nice.
Just to catch up and do it again. Yeah.
I always think it's so strange when you go from seeing someone once a week and then you pass and that's it. I found that really strange.
I get excited when I see people come the other way. Give the little.
Yeah.
The little one.
I get scared when I see you because I'm in my natural environment, and then also I see you and I'm like, oh, best behaviour. I panic every time.
This is really bad. We've got we've got a Ring doorbell.
Yeah.
So, have you got the Life 360?
Yeah, I do.
Right. So we've got that for Tom. So we see him coming back.
And you see the speed he's going up.
And we see him coming into our turning. So I turn off the Life 360 and put the Ring doorbell on. Because I get excited still watching him drive in and parking up. I still watch him every time. And it's just sad, it's that thing.
It's nice.
So we'll wind this video. I'm going to try and link them together. If not, I have to do it as separate little segments. But we've got about 40, 50 minutes on there.
Quite a lot there.
Yeah, so I'll send them over to you. There's a couple of people we'll show. Hopefully it'll help them as well. See you soon. Right, so what we're going to do, we're just going to do some filming now. We're going to go on to the M25, following the signs for the hold back just a little bit, hold back just a little.
Sorry.
That's it, just hold back a little. So look at the sign, we're going towards Stansted. The gears are quite spaced out on this car. So we are going right. So where do you want to be? Out there.
I see the signal.
And your door.
Oh.
Yeah?
That's so bad. I've been driving for like 10 months.
No, but it's good for the video so people can see what you need to do. So we're going to hold it back now. Good.
Hasn't it gone fast? The 10 months.
It's flown, absolutely flown round. And I was sat in Linda yesterday, it was a year yesterday that the pen died.
I know, it's
Where has that gone?
It's so crazy.
So it's good to see that all the lights going to change. So the Mercedes right up behind it. So position of bike all good. Keep an eye on this grey one. He's either do a craft. He's coming all the way around, look. So now, where do you want to be? Lovely, look left again. I mean, that dormer is so important.
I was going to say, I think it's been low. I mean, I can still see.
Yeah.
It's a really nice drive, you know.
It's alright, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely.
So if you look at the sign, like we said before, do you remember that this lane will join the M25, whereby that white lane will merge into lane 1.
Yeah.
So this will be a new lane on the motorway. So we want to look at a bit more space today, so the vehicle in front, just hold back a little. So what do you think, could you stop in that distance at the moment, what do you reckon?
Yeah.
Easy peasy, yeah?
Yeah. I cannot stand when you're like on the motorway or something, and you know, like when there's traffic, so they lower the speed limit.
Yeah.
No one else follows it.
But
I do.
You've got to, because otherwise you'll be getting a ticket for
Yeah, I
your
was going to say, the cameras, it's like average speed checks, so you have to, but no one else follows it. So I feel like I'm going at a snail pace, and everyone else
don't follow others. You're a leader, not a follower. That's what you've got to think about. You do what you think is right, what you know is right.
Oh.
So now he's dropped into lane 1. Can we move into lane 2? Little shoulder check. Good. That's that little blind spot. Good. So we're going to follow the sign.
Oh my God.
No, you're fine. So he's realised now. But now, when it's safe, we can move into the next lane. So keep an eye on that mini. He's moved. So he's read that. Let him know what you're doing now. And then, how are we looking now? Now we can drop it over. Good. But now just ease gas a little to create that space. Yeah?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
How was your holiday?
Too short. It was just
How long was you away? Like 2 weeks?
yeah, just over 2 weeks. I did it 3 weeks off.
I can't believe Tom like flew back on his own.
Yeah.
I would have been too scared.
Yeah, do you know what? Just do a bit more filming. So do you think you will take your car to Canterbury at some point, or?
If I can get the permit, I will. Just because then that way as well, if I panic and need to get home.
Yeah. Are you staying at student halls?
Yeah. It's actually really nice though where I'm staying. Like, compared to some of them, I was quite happy with what I was given. I've got ensuite as well, which I'm happy about, because I'm really like OCD and everything.
Well, Tom said, Dad, I don't want to share a bathroom. It was alright sharing the kitchen, but bathroom, no.
Yeah.
So, because he was late changing over to Greenwich, there wasn't much less, and what we found was the flipping us out as well.
Really?
Yeah, but
Has he got a bathroom?
he's got a studio apartment. Honestly,
What?
you wait till you see it. I'll show you, Mum and Dad.
Lucky.
OMG, he has got.
You have to show me.
Get that, me saying OMG. God,
OMG.
how trendy am I now? Does like this. So
I can't believe that.
he's got the gym, cinema room.
What in
the actual block where he's.
That must be so expensive. I don't even want to know.
Like I said to your dad.
I don't even want to know how much that costs. And it's in London.
I know. It is. Are you ready for this?
Oh no. I don't think so.
You're sitting down. How much do you reckon?
Well, mine costs about nearly £9 grand for the year, and I've got one room with an ensuite. So if you're paying out for that, I don't know. I couldn't even guess.
Just over £20,000.
You're joking.
No,
20 for the year.
for the year. I know.
Ooh.
We said we can't do it for 3 years.
Ooh.
We said, Just make sure you come
That
out.
took my breath away a bit.
You took ours away, I'll tell you.
Do you know what though?
But
you can know that he's going to settle, and he'll be happy. Obviously he'll be like a bit nervous, but like.
But do you know what? A lot of it, since he's been born, we've been putting money away for him.
Yeah.
So it's softened the blow. I'd rather he'd kept that money, but it's a life experience.
Yeah. When you think, it's not even that. It's just when you think about.
So look now, where he's dropped in, where he dropped it back. So now you're keeping with that space.
Yeah.
We've been followed by your cousin. Look.
Yeah. I just noticed. But yeah, I think it's more like when you think about the quality of the unit.
Yeah. So we could now. Well done. Good. Well done. Perfect.
Has he got a double bed?
It's like, they call it a 3/4 size. So it's like it's bigger than a single, but
That's what I have. It's so weird.
honestly, the bar, you would not believe the bathroom.
Oh my god, you're gonna have to show me pictures. I'm actually a bit jealous.
But I said, you two, you've got to find a flat with some people. We can't.
To be fair, he'd probably prefer that.
Yeah.
Like once he's like met his people.
Yeah. I was saying to your dad, look, we was trying to talk him into commuting. Because it's only like an hour and a half away. And we said, look, if he's got a late lecture, and then he's got an early lecture the next day, or he goes out with friends, and he's got to come home on his own.
Yeah.
You're out of the mix.
Do you know what? He has a uni life that way as well.
Yeah. We wanted to have a whole. It's an opportunity that. I don't know if your mum and dad went to uni, but me and Linda we never had the opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
So now, could we use lane 1? Because it's clear. Good. Then just keep back where you are now with that Range Rover. Is good. See, now he can see you in his mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're keeping yourself in sight. Yeah, it's a life experience. You've got to learn to cook, you've got to learn to clean.
Use the washing machine.
Yeah, you've got to learn to
I'm
hang
going to be so lost.
You've got to learn to hang a towel up.
Does he not hang his towel
No,
up?
he's got to learn how to put his pants in the washing basket. You know, it's all thing. It's just it's the whole thing.
I feel like he's going to love it.
Yeah.
I feel like.
And he's in a happy place. He's in a good place. So be mindful of this lorry.
Yeah.
And what's happening here. So we don't want to get ourselves boxed in.
Yeah.
So what could we do?
Go over.
So stay as you are now and let them know what you intend. So basically you're asking them for a bit of space.
Yeah.
What's the van going to do? Right, so he could have moved over easily, but now, could we drop it over? Good. Then could we overtake this little queue? I'll do about 5 minutes and I'll stop it for a little while. So, little squeeze now.
This is a really nice car to drive.
Do you know what?
It's really smooth.
Yeah, do you know what? When they phoned me and said, we've got you a car, so great, what is it? They said, it's a Citroen. I thought, oh my God, what a pile of crap that's going to be. And it has really surprised me.
It's really nice.
It's really changed my way of thinking about what sort of car I'm going to get.
What do you reckon, if you don't get the car back, is it gone for repairs?
No, it's still outside the house. It should be collected Monday or Tuesday.
Say you don't get it back, what do you reckon you'd get?
It's going to be something bigger. I'm fancying either a Puma or it's called a Focus Active, which is like a bigger Focus.
Yeah.
So could we move over? That's the size of a Focus, it sits higher up. Really nice car, so I fancy something like that.
Yeah.
And everyone who's been in this car this week has said they prefer it.
It's really nice, smooth.
So I'm just going to hold back a little here. So probably if you look at the sign now, we're going M11 towards Cambridge, Harlow and Stansted. So this is the correct lane. This lane, like we said before, is M11 London, which is why you've got the dotted line now separating the two roads. If you want to stop at any time for a drink, we can pull into services and have we'll grab a coffee or whatever. So you need to drop it in now.
Oh, in there?
Yep. Look at the sign.
You said
M11.
I would have just kept going.
Otherwise we're going to the M1, which still would have been alright. We can go over what, can't we?
I got lost on my way back from Canterbury. I don't know how I'd do that drive on my own. I'd get lost.
Yes, you start believing. I think you sort of believe in yourself more, don't you? You've got that confidence now.
Yeah. I didn't actually have it, I don't think, until the motorway lesson.
Do you think it's changed you as a person?
Driving?
Yeah. Does it give you confidence in other areas?
I do think so. I think it sounds so stupid, but it's given me confidence to do things on my own.
Yeah.
I always relied on my mum.
That's it, exactly. So, after you brake now, that'll go round really nice. So just the lightest gas, that's enough to keep the momentum going. And it just pulls you around really, really well.
I'm going to sound like such an old woman, but the potholes really annoy me.
Do you know what?
They wind me up.
Yeah. We did see one pothole in Spain.
Did you not?
No, the roads are lovely.
Why do we have so many? It's ridiculous.
It is. The amount of money we pay.
The reason it annoys me is because places like this.
How does your car feel?
That's not great.
That's better, isn't it? So now, how we looking? Keep an eye on that silver one. Right, so now he's moved, which is good. He's read that, didn't he?
Yeah.
They're looking out with the merging. So we've done the merge. I'm going to stop the video. How long have we done it? We've done about, 13 minutes. I'm going to stop that from now. See you in a bit.